The Dodgers are 2-0. So let's just get it started. What have you seen so far? What are your immediate reactions? Like, what did we learn from the series?
What do we learn from the series? That it's really early, that
Yeah.
it's still spring training's basically going on. It's too early to make any predictions on the teams or players or anything like that. But what we did see is that Dodgers are a good team. They're a good, complete baseball team. They can play baseball in a lot of different ways. They're going to score plenty of runs on the season. They're going to have plenty of games where they put up 10, 12 runs. But they can also beat you 4-3, 6-3, whatever it is. They can beat you a lot of different ways, and they have a lot of different tools. The pitching staff for the Dodgers, we also saw that they're not the greatest. And they're going to like blow you out every single game with shutouts and no hitters and everything like that. You can score runs on them. Roki Sasaki, I know we'll talk a lot about him, but vulnerable at moments and over pitching at times. We saw the offense, obviously, with the Dodgers come through when they need it. And again, we saw good baseball, fun environment. I love the Japanese series. I love everything about it. I love the idea behind it. And again, too early to really take a whole lot away outside the fact that what we already know. The Dodgers are pretty good. The Cubs weren't bad at all by any means. That series could have very easily been 1-1. And the Dodgers aren't going to just blow everybody away. The Cubs are a good team too.
Okay. Game one, we had Yamamoto versus Imanaga. How awesome was it that both of those guys dominated while they were in the game? Of course, the Cubs lost it as soon as Imanaga came out, and they had Ben Brown blow the game, basically, is what happened. But how great for the Japanese fans that two of their guys got to start the game, both played well. The atmosphere must have been electric.
Absolutely, and absolutely electric. I love this. Is why you do these series. I mean, you got Yamamoto starting the one game, Sasaki starting the next game, Imanaga playing. You got Suzuki in there, Ohtani in there. It's absolutely amazing. The level of talent that we've had in Major League Baseball from Japan, from Asia in general, has never been better. Never been better, and superstars too, like really, really good players. And so when we're seeing these teams play, this is why you do the series in Japan. This is why you do that, because when we started doing this back in the day, like this talent now has grown up. Those players watching that, growing up on watching Major League Baseball come to Japan, are now playing Major League Baseball in Japan. And so that's why you do series like this. This is why I love when they go to London. This is why I love when they go out to Mexico and they do different series in different countries, because that generation now is growing up wanting to be on that field. Like they're not just Ohtani, and Imanaga and Suzuki and Roki Sasaki, like they could all have decided to stay in Japan and play in Japan. But when they watch Major League Baseball come, they want to play Major League Baseball, so they drive a little bit harder, they play a little bit harder, and they end up playing there for their Major League Baseball teams. I love the series. I love the fans. I love the energy.
I heard a lot of people complaining, talking about the fact that, the Dodgers fans, they couldn't watch their team. The Cubs fans couldn't watch their team play the first game of the season. And I totally get it. If it was the Mets and, last year I was actually in Japan during opening day and I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning to watch the Mets, but that's because I had COVID and I couldn't sleep anyway. And yeah, it sucked that I had to wake up and watch the game. So I can understand if you don't get the chance to watch your favorite team. I can understand if you're pissed off. But for the greatness of the game globally, and for what I hope one day, I'm praying that one day we have a Champions League. I would love to see the Dodgers play the best team in Japan and then go and play the best team in the Dominican after the season. I know that it'll be very hard going because the MLBPA will poo-poo that real quick. But that's what I'd like to see. But for the growth of the game internationally, it's imperative.
It's an incredible series too, and yes, there are good points to be had. If I'm a Dodgers fan, it's not as much. Well, I guess it was probably better for the Cubs fans. But if I'm a fan and my team's going out there for opening day, I want to be able to watch opening day. Opening day is a special, sacred thing in my heart. I love it, but the game has changed. The game is much more global than it's ever been. And so to have opening day there, you can still have our opening day. The Dodgers are still going to have their opening day. The Cubs are still going to have their opening day, at home. We have 162 games, and we're constantly complaining that there's too many games. And then when Major League Baseball has an idea, said, okay, you're basically you're complaining about too many games, but we're going to have 2 games in Japan. Then we complain that 2 games are in Japan. So it's like, what do you want? Are you complaining there's too many games? Or are you complaining that now the games are in Japan? Or is it just about opening day and that means something different? I get it, but like all the time, like Major League Baseball started on the road. Like you can't, not everybody opens at home on the very first game.
Yeah,
Like
and for all
almost
those,
every season of my career, like I started on the road as actually really opening day. Get over it. I think I love it. I love the idea of it being in Japan. And I think it means so much more because there are so many more Asian players and you have it there. And it's just, it's great for the game. And just like, I love it. Get over it if you don't like it. Wake up if you really love it. Like, but other sports do this, and it's a great idea. Champions
and
League. I like your idea of Champions League. If Japan and these other places or Major League Baseball or baseball is flourishing, if they could have teams as good as Major League Baseball, I would be 100% for it. My problem is Champions League, right? When you're in England, when you're in France, when you're in Spain, when you're in some of these other countries, Italy, Germany, their top level is just as good as everybody else's top level. We're not at that level yet, right? In Japan, like if you want to be the best, you come to Major League Baseball. In soccer or football, whatever you want to call it, if you want to be the best, you can stay in your country and be the best and play against the best. And so we're not quite on that level yet.
Not yet, but as you know, people rise to the occasion. You take a look at the 92 Olympics when Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, they played in the Olympics and they beat everybody by 100 points. Now it's not even a foregone conclusion that America is going to do that. So I think in order for the other countries to catch up, we have to have that international, play so that they can realize where we're falling short and how do they improve.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I do like it. I know we've done series in the past. I know they've done stuff in the past, but I do like the idea of making something a little bit more like that. Again, I think the World Baseball Classic is going to expand baseball across the globe a lot more than anything like that will. And that's the 92 Olympics is the World Baseball Classic. You get that going, you get those other countries going and building up their own programs, and then you can get baseball a little bit more globally on a tournament level for
Yeah.
the
I
actual
mean,
teams, not just countries.
personally, I like the idea of a Champions League rather than the World Baseball Classic. I actually want to see a full team. I think there's a big difference between a full team and how they gel and how they control their staff and everything else, rather than a glorified exhibition that everybody's really worrying
Oh,
about.
screw you, glorified exhibition. That's the World Cup. Like that, they don't call that a glorified like that's the biggest there is for football, for soccer, is the World Cup. That's the biggest. Champions League is without a doubt lower, much lower than that. And even above Champions League is the Euros. Like, and that's their country. Those are not glorified anything. That's it. That's the level. Our problem is we do it before the season. And so guys aren't 100% ready for the season. When they make that the bigger money maker, like somehow that's no problem. The economics of baseball need to change and the timing of it needs to change. That'll be the biggest tournament there is. The World Cup blows out blows out the Champions League.
Yeah, I never liked the World Cup. I never liked the idea because if you do the World Baseball Classic, Otani's playing for Japan against the United States. I want to see him play against the Tokyo Giants. I think that's a lot cooler, in my opinion.
Yeah, you're wrong.
But I could be wrong.
You're wrong.
It happens time to time.
Could be. No, you are.
All right. Speaking of Ohtani, did he hit a home run in game 2?
Yes.
It was a home run?
And yes. In my opinion, it was a home run. What do you think?
I think it's 50-50 at best.
I think it's 50-50, but when you call it on the field and then you look back and it's 50-50, it goes to the call on the field. And that's my thing about it is you can't compare it to other home runs and other calls. And like, no. I saw people trying to do that to go back to the World Series. And like when the guys reach over the fan reach over the wall in Dodger Stadium and like, they didn't call it a home run. They called it a ground rule double. Like, dude, that ball wasn't never clearly not going out. This one, is the technology to a point when we can tell by a millimeter where that ball is over the plate. are we not at a point where the technology can tell if that ball's like leaving the stadium or not, leaving the yard? I get it. It might be that it just was in Japan, but if we're in Dodger Stadium or if we're in Yankee Stadium and someone hits a ball, we should know exactly where that ball is going to end up with the wall. And then we can now backtrack that and say, okay, if the fan's not there, that's a home run. Like that's
Right.
gone. And that's how we can review this instead of having an umpire running out there reviewing it on camera and like trying to like put a line and figure out trajectory. Like we know this. This is all like we have data behind this. Maybe it's not as good once it gets out there that far
Right.
away from the home plate, but I don't know.
If anybody has the technology, it's the Japanese because they kick our ass when it comes to electronics. We know this. They should be able to take care of that.
Well, what do
All
you
right.
think? Like, where are you at on it?
I think, listen, like I said, 50-50 at best. They called it on the field they called it a home run on the field, and if they overturned it, they would have destroyed that freaking stadium.
Well, I don't even know if they would have done that. No, not at all. I think if they would have overturned it, they're baseball fans. They're baseball
Yeah.
fans first and foremost. Again, it couldn't have been any better that it was Ohtani hitting home run and all that stuff, right? But they're baseball fans and they get it. And if you look at it and go, hey, like overturn this, not you sit back and you agree with it. I think baseball fans are a little bit more understanding, especially on plays like that, where it's like even the fans are like, the ball's on the field. That's the end of the day. The ball's on the field. So you don't like it's not out. So that's when it gets like questionable like that. I think they would have been totally understanding. I just think when we get to Ohtani hits 40 whatever home runs this year, no one's going to care that the first one, like how he
No.
got the first one. And that's the thing is like already there's no one's going to care in a week about that ball. It's not that controversial.
I tell you one thing. I was looking at it, and if it did hit the top of the wall before the fan got to it, it would have bounced over, and Ohtani would have ran all the way home anyway.
That's
It would have bounced over
exactly
the
what would have
outfielder's head.
happened too. 100%.
So either way, but it's very cool that Shohei Ohtani got to hit a home run in the Tokyo Dome. He's only one of two players who were born in Japan to go to the Tokyo Dome and hit a home run in as a major leaguer.
Who's the other one?
I'm going to ask you. Do you know who it is?
The other one to be born in Japan, come back as a major league baseball player and hit a home run.
Yep, in the Tokyo Dome.
Born in Japan. It would be Godzilla. Matsui?
Godzilla.
Really?
Yeah. So,
nice.
Yeah, pretty good company over there.
Right?
Did you get to see? I didn't get to see a lot of the games. Was Matsui over there? Was Ichiro over there? Do we know if those guys were front and center?
I don't know. I haven't seen anything of him. I do know. I mean, I saw a bunch of him back at Mariners camp, but I can't imagine like Major League Baseball had anything to do with it that those guys weren't there. We know Griffey was there, right? So we know there are a bunch of other stars there. So why aren't? I imagine they would have been there, but I don't know. Again, they do this almost every other year, so it's not like the fanfare is amazing, but like you don't want to take away from Ohtani and from Imanaga and Yamamoto. Like sometimes those overshadow them, right?
Yeah.
But they're also about culture. They're also about handing it down and moving like to the next generation. I don't know. I just don't know. I didn't see the opening days. Like I've watched all the highlights. I've watched the games. I didn't see like the festivities and stuff.
What was it? 4 o'clock in the morning your time? 3 o'clock in the morning your time? The game started?
God, maybe even earlier than that.
Something like that. Sorry, I lost my train of thought for a second there. Yeah, you mentioned Griffey being in Japan. I'm still really pissed at him. I told him, don't you need someone to carry all your cameras since you're going to be going over there in the photographer's camera well? I mean, come on, man.
Dude, like, it's incredible.
He couldn't have had an assistant, for cripe's sake, just once. There's all this cool merchandise in the Japanese series that I didn't get my hands on because it's all in Japan. So if I want some of it, I have to pay an arm and a leg to get it. They're baseball cards that were just for that series. I'm not.
I'm going to say this right now. Hot take: sell all your baseball cards. Sell all the baseball cards. I see this as big. This bubble's about to burst.
Oh, dude, I only got so I don't want to talk too much about the baseball cards, but a lot of them I only got because they meant something to me. I didn't
Yeah,
buy them as
you're
an
s-
investment. Like
you're smart.
My Ohtani, and I was telling Alex before the show, like I'm kind of done buying, big cards because I've got everything I want. I have every Griffey rookie. I have
My problem
24
is like
Ohtani.
they put out so many stupid big cards, and like if there's a
Yeah,
prism or if this card or this one, any card they want to just number 1 out of 10. That's the problem is they just keep pumping these super special rare. And Major League Baseball is like adding different logos to their jerseys so they can cut it up and like this is a special logo. Like they got the gold logo now, and you got this like for your everything is so they're going to such an extreme
yeah.
that at some point like it's just